Guys, what's going on? We'll call this episode 3.5 on Oh No Sports. As you know, we normally record on Thursdays. We'll still record on Thursday for the NFL coming up. I know Red Zone's coming on right now. I'm missing Scott Hansen's first few words, but we need an emergency conference for Oh No Sports and what we talked about last week on last week's episode. If you didn't catch it, go back and rewatch it. But we're going to jump right into it. Emergency conference. College football playoff, the committee just decided the top four and the 5 and 6 who's missing out. Right now, for the college football playoff, we got 1 seed, Michigan. Big Ten champs. They beat Iowa. They beat Ohio State. That was kind of a no-brainer. 2, we got Washington. Our boys, we predicted both of these top 2. We got Washington beating Oregon twice. No-brainer. They're going to be in. We love that. Upset 10-point. Our whale play hit, by the way, in case you tailed. So our whale play hit. We got Michigan at 1, Washington at 2. Here comes the shocking part because we got 4 teams that could have made it in the final 2 spots. In case you missed it yesterday, we predicted it at Oh No Sports. Texas, they killed Oklahoma State. They beat them pretty badly. I forget what the final score was. I think it was 49-21. They were dominating the whole game. Ewers was unbelievable. I think he had 450 yards and 4 TDs. He was playing out of his mind. Texas is the team to beat. As we said, Bama and Texas, watch out for them. Then, here we go. 4, Bama. Not Georgia, not FSU. We got Alabama coming in from the 8 spot, jumping up to the 4, jumping over teams like FSU, over Ohio State, now over Georgia. So we got Michigan 1, Washington 2, Texas 3, Alabama 4. In case you didn't know, the reason that Texas is above Alabama, even though Alabama just beat the 1 seed and is the same record as Texas, is because the way that the committee does it. So first is conference championships. 2, strength of schedule. 3, head-to-head matchups. 4 is they take into account, and this is why FSU falls into our 5 spot, they take into account injuries and coaches who were there for the entirety of the season and who are now not. Example A, Jordan Travis for FSU. They barely beat Louisville yesterday. If they had Travis, they probably stomped Louisville. So, sorry, spoiler a little bit. This is emergency press conference. We're going, this is live. This is as live as it gets. We got FSU at 5, 13-0, ACC champs. Couldn't have done much more, if I'm being honest, other than Jordan Travis getting injured. I understand that the world is freaking out over these 5 and 6 picks. So FSU comes in at our 5 spot. At our 6 spot is UGA, Georgia. I had them winning against Alabama, but as I said, Bama's one of the only teams in the country that can beat Georgia. So I'm not surprised that they did. Nick Saban's got Kirby Smart's number. But for the Georgia fans, I know my mom's side of the family is all UGA diehard fans. I got a buddy, George, who's a diehard fan. They're heartbroken because they spent 8 or 9 weeks this season of the 12-week season, regular season, at number 1. 1 big loss to Bama, they are out. They're in the 6th spot. They're sitting, watching the games in a few Saturdays from now in the college football playoff. This is crazy. At Oh No Sports, we predicted 3 of the 4. We said UGA was going to be in at the 1. Obviously, they got bounced. I didn't expect the committee to be so strict on it. But, hey, we predicted FSU to be a close game, them to win barely and get jumped. So that's impressive. 2, we predicted Texas to win. That was kind of a no-brainer. But we predicted them to be in the playoff because of their performance. So that was good. That's 2. Now we got 3, 10-point underdog, Washington. We predicted at Oh No Sports that they would beat Bo Nix's Oregon and they'd hop into the playoff. And 4, we predicted Michigan. That's not a huge deal. We said they were going to stomp Iowa. We said they weren't going to score much. That was kind of a no-brainer. But yeah, I want to do an emergency press conference. I want to hear what you guys think in the comments because I know I got some FSU fans watching. I know I got UGA fans. I know I got Bama and Texas fans watching too. I want to hear what everyone thinks. I want to hear what their predictions are of these 4 games that are going on. It'll be Michigan versus Alabama. Rumors are spreading that the spread's already out, and it's the spread's already out for Michigan, and they're favored by 2 points, so Bama is the underdog. Be careful when Bama is the underdog. Nick Saban doesn't like that. 2 and 3, the Washington versus Texas game. Rumors are spreading that Texas is favored by 5 points. We saw what happened last time when Washington was the underdog. I don't know. Those aren't confirmed lines, so I'm not going to take any picks yet. But, man, I've hardly taken a breath. This is stressful. It's crazy. I can't believe the way that it went down with a undefeated Power 5 champ at 5 not making the playoff. There's not much more they could have done. But one stat that is interesting, we love the stats on Ono Sports. FSU had the 53rd ranked hardest schedule in the country. That's obviously not very good. And the top 4 teams have a lot higher rank than that. I know Bama is probably within the top 10, and I know Texas is as well. So FSU having 53rd ranked hardest schedule, a little crazy. And just realistically, they're probably not getting in over those top 4 teams. UGA, I find it a little strict. Their only loss was to Bama. They went into Ole Miss and killed them. They beat them by 40 points. They then went to Kentucky at Kentucky, killed them by 40 points. This is a great team. They had 4 top 25 wins this season. It's hard to count them out and say, peace, see ya, you guys are done. But as I said, I want to hear your guys' predictions in the comments. I want to hear what you guys think of this playoff. I wish they could have done like what J.J. Watt said yesterday and done an emergency 16 playoff, give 1 and 2, so Michigan and Washington in the bye, and then have 3 through 6 play it out. I wish they could have done that. I would have loved to see that. I said that to my brother this morning. I would have loved to see them do a quick emergency, never been done before playoff. I know that's not realistic, but hey, drop a comment, drop a like, subscribe. This is Ono Sports, episode 3.5, emergency press conference. Peace.